When I kind of put this together yesterday, I know some of you have been through this yesterday, but the whole idea is I started just reviewing some of the sheets I've done and all the slides I've done over the last 6 or 7 weeks. And I saw things that I just considered really, really important. And I just kind of want to go over those yesterday and today just to see how they got implemented. And that got me all started. I was listening to a talk from Chris Casamassa. He was talking about things that are can't do's or won't do's. And so I said, okay, I'm going to start writing down things that I feel that are really, really important and go over with the clients, see who's done all this stuff. And anything that you didn't do, is it that, well, I just don't think that's important, so I'm not going to do that. Or did you not do it because you either couldn't do it financially, you couldn't do it because you didn't have enough help, but what was the reason? So again, I think these are really important things. The first one I just saw on Jason Smith's, he gave a shout out to Valerie at Get Students, and he put up his 30-day satisfaction guarantee, kind of nice sticker on his website. And so when you go to the website, at the bottom of every page, he's got a real nice decal. It says 30 days satisfaction money back guarantee. And it just gives a lot of credibility to, I think, what you're reading on his website. He has the same thing where you can sign up for his trial program. He's got the same nice real sticker. It's kind of gold and blue for the satisfaction guarantee. We talked about that. And we also talked about just mentioning that. So when you sign up a new student, you're talking about if you're not totally happy with your program in the first 30 days, we'll be glad to give you your money back and cancel the remainder of the program. So it really takes a lot of the guesswork when someone says, well, I'm kind of worried about the commitment. I've only taken one class. I'm not sure if I want to do 6 months. Well, it doesn't really make any difference because you have 30 days to second guess this. At the same time, I was thinking, I would never want to give anyone their money back. Not because I didn't want to give them their money back, because that means I screwed up and I failed this person. And I would tell my team that, guys, no one should ever get their money back if we do our job. If we're monitoring this student, if we're doing the 2-week PG1, if we're doing the 4-week PG2, if I'm sending home a thank you note to the parents via mail, if I'm sending the child a good job note, if I'm taking the child up and I'm introducing him, making him feel really, really special, if I'm monitoring the attendance to make sure that they're there every class, if I'm just chatting with the parents to make sure they're satisfied with the program. I mean, if I'm doing my job, no one should quit unless I mess up and they get mad at me. Or, I mean, once in a while you may have a kid that was just like, he's just not made for it. But that would be very, very small and in between. If you accepted someone into your program because you did that introductory class, you felt they were a good fit for your program, I wouldn't really worried about giving the money back. And if I had to give the money back, I would just do it happily, saying, okay, I messed up. I want you to be happy with your training, and here's your money back. But I was just wondering how many people actually did that and are mentioning that during the sale. The next thing I kind of just mentioned with Mr. DeCastile, saying that I like to look at my numbers every day because the GTG is the gap to the goal. So it's really important that at least on a weekly basis, I know what the gap is. Now, there's 2 challenges here. You don't know your gap to the goal because you don't set a goal. In other words, at the beginning of the month, just to say, I'm going to just crush this month and do the best I can. Well, you don't know what the gap is because you don't really have a goal. So the first thing, if you're not doing gap to goal, is you're not setting goals. If anything, I would start, if I had a small school, I would do 100 times my active student count, and that would be my goal. So if I had 100 students, I'm going to do $10,000. If I had a little bit bigger school, and I've been doing this for a while, I go, my gap to the goal is going to be 150 times my students, because just like Mr. DeCastile, on Monday, he had 2 students sign up, one paid in full, one gave him a down payment. So his student value is going to be a little bit higher. If I'm rocking and rolling and I'm a goal-setting master, I'm going to go $200. $200 times my student count. Now, just that should give you some motivation. In other words, there's some schools that are going to do $100 student value, and out of 100 students, they're going to do $10,000. There's going to be another person with a little more experience charging the same amount for classes. He's going to have a $200 student value, so he's going to do $20,000. Both have 100 students. One's more experienced in how he gets his money in promoting events, having testing fees, selling equipment packages, doing day camps or school off camps. So same amount of students, different level of experience, one making $10,000, one making $20,000. Now, once you set your goal, which is number one, now you have to know the gap. So right now it's the 10th of the month. I'm 1/3 the way through May. What's my gap? What do I have to do in the next 20 days per day to make my goal? If that I know that, what do I have to do daily? So then you just got to work on it. Once I know what I have to do, I've got to set up a plan. Do I need $100 a day? Do I need $1,000 a day? What do I have at my skills as far as marketing, renewals, doing an add-on program, doing an invitational, pre-selling summer camps, selling extra equipment, doing a specialized seminar, doing a camp? What do I have to do to get that money? Number 3 that you should already start, and I believe several people here have your internal marketing. So every first week of the month, you're having a guest day. Every second week of the month, you're having a parents' night out. And every third week on Thursday, you're doing the VIP class. I posted a couple things on the VIP class. We have completed the newsletter. The newsletter is a pamphlet that you give to the parents that take your VIP class. VIP is very involved parents. All the people that signed up in the last 30 days, their parents are coming to take the VIP class. But this is a format. So as we're teaching the parents how to coach, they have one article talking about team up and never give up, PG2. We'll also have another one on how to instill self-esteem in your child. It's a whole bunch of things that the parents could do along with the school to do self-esteem with the child. So now when you do your VIP class, teach from the manual. Say, this is a family training with their kid. These are a couple of things that you should know about. One is someday your child's going to want to quit. That's okay. We've been through this a lot. But when that happens, we always team up. We never give up. Then you talk about developing self-esteem in their children. That's their more confidence is the first weapon that they have to learn. And then I give 4 different drills that you're going to teach on the pads. One for power, one for focus, one for speed, and one for flexibility. Now they take the sheet home and they have a plan. Okay, this is what I'm practicing my son. I hold the pad this way. This is what he has to do, and this is how I coach him. So again, internal marketing should be done. 50% new members paid in full. Steve DeCastile just talked about that. He's doing that. Next thing is the Black Belt Excellence Sheet programs. I've got a few faces here that I know that are kind of new. The Black Belt Excellence Sheet program is the poster. It's the Black Belt Excellence folder or 4-page worksheet. It is the reward when they get their dog tag. And there's one thing that my son Mark and we had a meeting yesterday about products, and we're going to introduce. In the past, last year, we had guest passes that went along with the theme of the month. So when you're doing the mat chat, like I talked about doing a mat chat in front of the parents, and you're talking about courage, the whole idea would be having some guest passes. After you talk to parents about courage, you go, hey, if there's anyone here that has a friend whose child needs to work on some of these things, we have free guest passes for you to pick up. Just give it to one of your friends and inspire them to do martial arts. Next thing is promotion boosts. I kind of talked a lot about the bakers and how many people they're signing up for promotion boosts. I know 2 clients that did this. One, Efren Valentin, he did the Daffodil Festival up in Meriden, Connecticut. Signed up 36 people on one weekend. That's not 36 names and numbers. That's 36 people who paid for the intro program. So, if you haven't started the promotion booths, review those. Sal Convento set up a promotion booth the last 2 weeks in Costco. So far, I signed up 64 people this month. 64 people in 2 weekends at Costco. One he did 50 and one he did 14. So I would say that's some backup from some great results. So if you haven't done a promotion booth, get on the website for events in your town. Find out what's going on in your town. Any type place that people gather is a good place to do a promotion booth. Make sure you have all the material. And if you need a review on a promotion booth, I'll send you out that information. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. I know everyone kind of kind of got excited. I was talking to John Hackleman from the Pit. And I was just asking him, I go, I hear a lot about the Pit. I hear a lot of your things about talking about, people don't want to steal your lunch money and things like that. I go, just tell me the mission statement of the Pit. And he did a really good job on it. I go, do you have that posted? He goes, no, should I? I go, yeah, you should have your mission statement. Your mission statement just is a statement of what you stand for. 2 weeks ago, I put it on the Rainmaker Business Solution Facebook site. So just as an example, it's something that I used at my school in Coral Springs. Your mission statement should be memorized by all your staff members. They should know what your school is all about. Your mission statement should be someplace in your school. If it's in your Hall of Fame, if it's behind your desk when you do registrations, something that shows what you're all about. Also, I recommended that if you do a schedule, on part of your schedule, on the back of your schedule, print your mission statement. Your students have to know what your school is about. So when they start talking and selling your program because they're getting good results to a friend of theirs, they're talking about, I really like this school because this school is more about than just fighting. This school is making a difference in our community. That's why I'm so proud to be a member of it. So again, these are things I think everyone should have done. The reason I have this picture of this cup is if you've done all these, and get that all implemented, send me an email that says, done, sir, thank you, sir, and I will send you out one of these cups. Now, I mentioned this yesterday. No one sent me an email that said, done, sir, thank you, sir, so I know we still have some work to be done. That's why I want to mention it again today. Next thing, summer. Summer is only a few weeks away from most parts of the country when kids get out of school. I know in the South and in the West, they get out of school in May, so your marketing should already be done or really started. If you haven't done your marketing, you need to get that marketing on Facebook. You have to get your marketing on your website, and you should have some offline marketing so you get online results. Things like rack cards, every door direct mail, type of handouts for your promotion booth, maybe door hangers. Also, when school's winding down, school systems are looking for people to come in for career days. So you can go to career day with the local veterinarian, the local fireman, and do a career day on your martial arts. If you're doing career days, one of the things that schools don't like you to do is to use it as a marketing tool for your martial arts schools. They don't really want you to hand out specials and things like this. But if I was going to do a career day, I would go and talk to kids, hey, we teach martial arts, but we also teach the life skills that go along with martial arts. And I would show them one of my Black Belt Excellence sheets. And I would hand out a Black Belt Excellence sheet to every kid and say, today we're going to talk about courage. And courage is that little voice inside that says, get up, do it again, even though you might have failed. You have to have that courage. A lot of people get nervous after they have a little failure and they give up. Martial artists aren't like that. If they get knocked down, they get back up. If they have a failure, they get back up. That takes courage to do that. So have the kids do the courage worksheet, and then you hand that out. Before you do that, I would just make sure, since they are generic, you put a little sticker on the back. Just get a label that has your phone number, your website on there, so they get home to their parents. For summer retention, if you're not doing camps and you have room in your school, I would do morning classes. This is really important, just convenience to the parents. Kids tend to get tired during the day, swimming or playing with their friends, so they don't want to go to karate in the afternoon. So we can overcome that objection by adding in some morning classes to our schedule. Last thing, think about your programs. We have 6-week program, which is like $69, $249, whatever you want to charge. That's a great program for summer. Also, the $29.95 program is great for summer. $29.95 is by the week. So if someone wants to come in for summertime, they're not making a long commitment, they're going to do $29.95 a week. And maybe you're going to sign them up, and then you don't even have to worry about converting them at the end of summer, because put them on weekly billing. So they're being billed $29.95, 2 classes a week, and just let it roll over. Tom Baker's been doing that for quite a while. And he's very successful on converting people from summer programs to regular programs because the price remains the same. A lot of times we try to get people in 6 weeks for $69, and then the sticker shock at the end of summer, and the mom goes, hey, school's starting, I've got to get all those new school clothes. I don't know if I can afford the regular program right now. Also, I saw this sign. I went to visit Steve Butt's school, and I was going down the street, and there's a big billboard for his martial arts school, and it goes, "Confidence isn't a seasonal sport." So he's trying to get people in for summer, but he's also telling the parents, martial arts isn't just a physical activity. And we do have that physical activity to stay in shape, this and that, but it's all about developing the student as a whole. It builds up confidence, and confidence isn't a seasonal thing. I mean, I wish I could do it in the 6 weeks of summer, but sometimes it takes longer with kids. And so when you talk to people about coming into your program, I would give them a trial class. Then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk about my regular program. I'm going to say, we do have shorter programs, but really, since confidence isn't a seasonal sport, I think your child would be best served by doing our 6-month program. I present a 6-month program. Then if I got a mom just like, this is kind of crazy. I just came in for a summer program. Well, they can always fall back on the 6-week program. But I think if you went there with the confidence and everything of doing a full program, you're going to get a lot of people on that. Next, I just want to talk about is getting really close. You guys are probably already doing this, maybe starting today or tomorrow. But we want to make sure that we teach the kids about honoring their mother. We're going to give them a flower to give to their mother because this weekend is Mother's Day. So get some nice carnations. Don't get make sure you get some nice flowers. You get them at a lot of grocery stores. Some people get roses. Those are usually too expensive, but carnation's a good-looking flower. Have them in buckets by your mirrors. At the end of class, go, "Hey guys, guess what this Monday or this Sunday is?" Some may not know, and they go, "Well, it's Mother's Day." Yeah, what's Mother's Day is all about? It's a time of the year that we honor our mothers. We honor our mothers all the time, but this way, this Sunday, it's really, really special. It is Mother's Day. So before you leave today, I want you to come up. I want you to choose a flower that you think your mom's going to really like. Then I want you to go over and give it to your mom, and you got to fill in the blanks and go, "Mom, I love you because." That's what I just said is the big difference in just giving out a flower and the kid goes over and hands it to the flower. It's different than when they come to school and your front-end office woman is just giving a flower. Having the kids say, "I love you, Mom, because," and then all of a sudden they fill in the blanks. You can see the moms get teary-eyed and they get emotional, and all of a sudden you're teaching something that they're really happy you're teaching their kids about this. It's hard for a mom to say, "Can you go get me a flower and tell me how much you love you?" Okay, the instructor's doing that, and the instructor's a very influential part of the kid's life, so it's going to get done. It's going to get done right. If you are sitting on a whole bunch of prospects and you're feeling ambitious, send an email to all those prospects and say, "We're having a Mother's Day special. Show us a picture of you and your mom, and I'll give you a free membership." Now, that membership could be a 2-week program. It could be a 4-week program. But the whole idea is we're having a Mother's Day special that's not just for mothers. It's for everyone. So you come up with a nice email. Maybe have a picture with you and your mom and go, "Hey, this is a picture of me and my mom. And we are doing something very special for Mother's Day. We're giving away free memberships for anyone who sends me back a picture with them and their mom." So it's just a good way to work your prospects a little bit different. If you have someone who's available to go down the phone and do 50 calls a day for the next 3 days, I know you're going to get some type of results for that. And the last thing, if you do a fitness class on Saturdays, I would just convert it to a punch and lunch this Saturday. Punch and lunch is a fitness class where all the moms can come in and they can bring their friends. And the whole idea is to do a good fitness class, talk about fitness, talk about health, mention that you're having a fitness challenge, maybe a 6-week program coming up, and get everyone really excited about that. After the class, which is probably about 45 minutes, have something for them to eat. You don't want them to just take the class and leave. You want them to stay around a little while so you can network. You want the moms talking about the results that they've gotten since they've been at the program. Tell the moms, "Hey, this is a chance for you to inspire your friends. Your friends want to do this. If they didn't want to do this, they wouldn't have come for the free class. Let's get involved in our regular program." Again, these are like seem like they're hard to do marketing things, but it's really pretty easy. I know you can get the email with the picture out. That should take you all of 30 to 45 minutes. The punch and lunch is, again, if you're doing the class. If you're doing the class, send out an email, put it on your Facebook that the Saturday class is now a punch and lunch. Everyone's encouraged to bring a friend, inspire that friend to get the benefits of martial arts. Last thing I just want to talk about today is the mat chats. I send them out weekly now. I used to put all 3 ahead of time. Now I send them out weekly. When I did the mat chat this month to go along with the Black Belt Excellence Sheet, the topic is courage. On the cover of that worksheet is a lion. So this is, courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is that quiet voice at the end of the day saying, we'll try it again tomorrow. What I suggest is that you talk to your team, if you haven't already done this, and have them get personal with the students. So they want to confess on something they've done in the past, and maybe they failed at, but they didn't give it up and they tried again. You want your instructors to be human and just like everyone else. You know, I was having coffee with my son yesterday, and I was saying, I taught this to the clients on Monday, and I was telling them that if I was doing this, I told them that when I was a younger kid and I went to a tournament, and I'm doing a tournament, I'm doing forums, and I go, okay, I've got this. When I got in front of the judges, I could feel my knees shaking. The only thing that was going through my head was, can the judges see my knees shaking? So I'm telling that story. It's Sal Convento from California. I can see him laughing like crazy. He goes, did that really happen? I go, yeah. My son goes, that's what you want to do. You want to become human. You want to have people, okay, I can make fun of myself. I can say this, this is a weakness. But the whole idea is I would try again. So this is, again, was all about doing the mat chats. In the same time, I just reminded you, if you do have Black Belt Excellence Sheets left over at the end of the month, if you do have rewards left over at the end of the month, don't toss them. Use them for career days. Use them for school talks. Use them for your promotion boosts. Use them for your intros. If you talk to a child at the end of class and you actually gave him the worksheet and told him the next time he comes back he's going to get the reward, I mean, that's huge. Parents see that you have a plan. Okay, we have a few minutes for some victories. For guys, if you're looking on the screen right now, third guy down is Hassan Harnett. Him and his dad have 2 schools, one in Virginia, one in North Carolina. He came up to instructor college in Connecticut about 2 months ago. Yeah. Right now he's teaching out of his garage, and the next step is to get him a location. So we talked a little bit about that. Second time he's been on the meeting this week, so I just want to give you a shout out and thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
A lot of these guys started the exact same way.
Absolutely. I find that you are so amazing. The wisdom and knowledge that is shared here is incredible. I couldn't sleep last night from last time. So
I started working on a new project today. I was working with Scott Dalla from Rainmaker, and he gave me, okay, a school's got less than 50 students, 50 to 80 students, 80 to 120. And then it goes, what would you do? These are the problems they face. So I did like 2 hours worth of work today. So I'm going to be talking about that. I may split up the groups next week. I may set up the groups if you have less than 50 students, less than 100 students, and kind of work on the things that I think hold those schools back. So that's what we're probably going to do next week. But I got to say hi to Mr. Baker. Mr. Baker, I've been going to his school for 2 years every Thursday to do a meeting.
Hello.
Hey, sir. How are you?
Great. I'm just kind of admiring your room there.
Hi, this is our...
I can almost feel how chilly it might be.
It's a sunroom in the back of the house.
Nice.
Okay. It's the 10th of the month. What's your growth so far, sir?
We're at, as of last night, we were at 18,000.
18,000 for the month at 10th of the month. Very good. Off to a strong start.
We've got about 3 second classes today, so we're probably looking at ending the 10th at about 20.
20 new students by the 10th of the month?
No, I meant 20 gross.
Oh, 20,000. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Things are still going good then?
Yes, we're still doing well. We had a little sickness go through the family, so we've been like shuffling the schedule around, but yeah, we got great classes going on, a lot of excitement, and we've started all the summer programs, so everyone's excited. Of course, we've met with a lot of the after-school program administrations and the students. When we do our March exam now, we invite all of our after-school program students to graduate at the March exam at the school.
Nice.
This next one coming up in June, I think we're going to be doing that at a one of our elementary schools that we do after school. They have in the basketball courts, because it's unfortunately because you know how much we love doing it at the school.
Right.
So we're going to try to take that family atmosphere and keep that going, but in a bigger facility. But yeah, the summer program's going strong. We're all getting healthy and ready to hit the summer hard.
For those of you who don't know Mr. Baker, he's got a school in Mesa, Arizona, about 325 active students. He was doing graduations at his school, and he would run a whole Saturday. He would do graduation starting like at 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, you know, either every 45 minutes or hour at a time, and it took a lot of work. A few weeks ago, we're talking on one of these group meetings, and I was saying if you want to have 450 students, you have to start acting like a 450 student school owner, and you just wouldn't be able to do the graduations with 450 people at your school. So he decided to kind of step it up and take it outside. But one of the key things at his school, it's a very family-oriented school. So much so that I did a seminar at his school about a month ago, and when I started the seminar, it's a Kenpo school, and I'm a Kenpo instructor. So I was asking the adults, why do you take Kenpo? And they're going, because that guy right over there. I go, what guy? They go, so he point to his son. And I go, yeah, but why do you take Kenpo? And another guy goes, yeah, because of him. It feels like such a family school, which is really neat because the people were taking there because of the culture of the school. They weren't really they wanted to do martial arts. It wasn't they were paying to have friends, but they were paying to go to school because of the cultural environment over just the system or style that was taught. So he's got to be able to duplicate that when he goes and does this at a hall, because people are used to it. They're used to that family atmosphere, but we can do that.
Yes.
Well, first thing I would start doing is, because you have a month and a half, I would start taking video clips of as many classes as you can, and with as many students and as many parents, and then I would get someone to put together really nice video at the beginning. And so you welcome people here, turn on the lights, have this video, and all these moms hugging their kids and people smiling, and just bring that whole family atmosphere into that auditorium would be amazing.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Very, very cool. And then if you need some extra help, come down and visit me. And
yeah, I think I'm going to need some extra help. I'm sorry.
all right,
I might need a little bit of
okay, well, the house is always open for
a
you.
lot of help. So, very good.
Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, to Mr. Hassan, just a short time ago, I started my business in a gymnastics place. They had some slack time, and I leased that slack time for like $150 a month. And it went from 0 to 15 people in a few weeks. So, and it's just been step by step. So it can be done. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
And so, him, that's exactly what I told him to do when I met him in Connecticut. I said, first we got to get out of the garage. You got to get a temporary location. If it's a church hall, if it's part of a health club, someplace what's not too expensive, but you can build it up to 50 good students. While you're building up to 50 students, start looking for an area where you can bring it in for a retail location. So, yeah, I think it's really good advice, sir.
Right, 50 students, yeah, that's pretty good. The gymnastics schools, they have slack time, and so do dance schools, they have some slack time. So you can find some of those guys, and they almost give it to you just to fill the slots. So.
Right.
Good point, sir.
Yes.
Hey, sir, I do have one question.
Yes.
What's the best place? I want to get my hands on about 10 Civil Solutions. How do I want to do some staff training on it again. So where's the best place to get those?
Okay. Send me an email. Tell me how many you need, and I'll have them sent out to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This will give you a good discount on them.
Bruce, thank you.
All right. Okay, everyone, good talking to you. Tomorrow we're going to be changing the format. Usually Thursday is a Q&A. We call it Ask Me Anything. Those turn out really, really good because someone will have a question and all of a sudden it kind of relates to everyone. We get into a good conversation mode. So if you want to jump on tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, and I will see you then.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.